fine. Then let's don't need to be together.
But stop doing that. Stop doing that.
They say we are boring. But at least we are not fake. We're not fake, my baby. We are not fake.
No, she for me, bro.
There's nothing like he's already in the mood. Anything past this now, he's going to get a headache and start showing up.
After Saturday night's GBEDU highlights part 1, the housemates had enough to drink that coming out, Chizoba started asking Ben for something she could eat. And when Ben tried fixing noodles for her, Chizoba said, "Why always noodles? Why can't we have rice, turkey?" I guess she was already in high spirits. Now, Ozee, together with Kassia and Victoria, tried to revisit the fight that happened on Friday after the wager task. That's the fight between Onyeka versus Kassia and Victoria. And Ozee said honestly that he saw that coming. He knew that that fight was going to explode, that he was going to the kitchen with egg and told Victoria, "Come with me to the kitchen," that the plan was for him to take Victoria away from that scene. And just when Victoria was about to follow him to the kitchen, Kassia started calling on her, beckoning on her to come and answer something, that she was present with so happened. And on Victoria going there to confirm what Kassia was asking, the whole argument exploded. That he didn't even plan to come meet any of them to have a conversation with, because he knew that Victoria was already going to bring out her own version of the story, which she might be right in her own way. The same thing with Onyeka too, that the both of them will be right in their own way and also be wrong in another. And he didn't even plan to get himself into that. Just at that moment when Victoria was about asking Ozee, "Oh, if you're in my position, what could you have done?" And Kelly Ray comes in bringing food for Kassia and Victoria. And then the conversation drifted a bit. So Victoria, after thanking Kelly Ray, started hailing her friend Kassia, who at that point, I also know she was in high spirits. You can tell from her talk. She was over her voice saying, "Oh, they say we are boring, at least we are not fake." She could laugh at the silliest thing. They were just having fun. And then Ozee started telling Victoria that the both of you are warriors and you two deserve each other. In fact, the Kassia is the best thing that happened to you in this house, vice versa. That although Kassia have Kelly Ray, but Kelly Ray is not enough. That Kelly Ray is a guy. You always need your female bestie. And it's even a beautiful thing that the both of you are tellers. Well, from Ozee asking for plantain to Victoria as telling him, "Oh, beg me, say V, please." And it went from 0 to 100. Well, Ben likes where it's happening. So before we go back to Ozee and Victoria, so Ben, on hearing Kassia saying, "Oh, they say we are boring, but we are not fake. We're not fake, sister," all those things she was saying with Victoria, Ben then came downstairs asking her, "Oh, my Kassia, I heard you say something. What did you say?" Ben now. Well, Ben went back, and after Big Brother provided him with alcohol, Ben now came downstairs to give Kassia more drinks. And don't tell me that Ben doesn't know that this girl was already high at this point. Well, Kassia has her husband to thank, because Kelly Ray was like, "No, don't give Kassia drink. That anything more than this will make her throw up." That he doesn't want them messing up the restroom. And even when Victoria was telling Ben, "No, give me," Kelly Ray was still saying, "Oh, no, don't give Victoria. These girls will mess up the restroom." I guess he wants to cover up for both Kassia and Victoria, so it would be as if he's looking out for the both of them. But I know that his major concern was on his wife, Kassia. And after that, Ozee was like, "Oh, Ozee being there was like, "Why are you stopping them from drinking? Do you know them that well?" And Kelly Ray said, "Well, even if I don't know Victoria, at least I know Kassia, and I know that she has taken her limits." And Ozee jokingly said, "You don't know whether this one's this straight." Well, now back to Ozee and Victoria. So this time around, Victoria was more sober. He remains more safe. Maybe Victoria just entered Ozee's mouth. At some point, I was even saying, "Are we getting a kiss?" It was still about Onyeka, but this time around, it was coming from Ozee. So Ozee told Victoria, "Do you know you're costing me my friendship?" And Victoria told him, you know, with me, you don't need to worry. I always have your back. You can feel free to take sides. And Ozee was like, no, nobody will make me to take sides. Do you think I want my story to be about someone else? Do you think I want, when I'm outside of here, I'll be going on media around asking questions about other people and not just solely about myself? That it's even hurts him that for every week he's been linked to one issue or the other with another person. That left for him, he just wanted to be about himself. I doubt if Victoria was hearing anything, because this time around she was all over Ozee, asking Ozee, what do you want? You know I'm the wanted. Whatever you want from me, you will get. Just tell me what you want. And Ozee was trying to make the whole thing sound funny by just laughing at any given word from Victoria. Well, Kassia then turned to Victoria and asked that they go to bed, but Victoria refused. And Kassia was like, oh, because you're with man now, you don't want to go and sleep. And Ozee turned to Kassia saying, you want to go and sleep now? Because Kelly Ray exists, because Saturdays there is no time for bed or anything. One can choose when to go to bed. But right after then, Victoria started sleeping, and Ozee said, oh, what do you want to eat? Should I make food for you? And Victoria said, that's if you will feed me. And Ozee said, okay, don't worry, let me go make something. Ozee used a pillow and supported Victoria's head, only for him to go to the kitchen and started gisting with Suj, his brother, and Nelly. This is somebody that promised Victoria that he's about to get something to feed her. Well, Ozee came back the second time to check up on Victoria if she was still waiting for him, and Victoria was like, yes. And Ozee said, don't worry. Coming back the third time again, he now said, oh, let me help you, let me take you upstairs. Do you want to sleep here? And I'm like, bro, from where to where? Well, Victoria eventually went upstairs and dozed off. Now let's move to Shaun's family. Hey, see, there is a question I want to ask. So why is it that Shann and Wanni are having a problem, and Wanni is related to HANDI, who is seated in the same table with Shaun, so that HANDI will be the one now interpreting her problem to Shaun? Like, Kilo, what's going on? What's happening here? At some point, I was asking myself, not like you're speaking a foreign language that needs someone to be interpreting to the another person. Why is HANDI reporting your speech or breaking them down for Shaun? Come on, Shaun is an adult. So, well, let's start from the beginning. So after the party, Big Brother had brought in drinks, and Ben wanted the house to play a game with that drink. Now, Ben came downstairs and was trying to get people to agree and come together, but everybody was high now. So Ben getting to their table said, oh, Wanni, you played the game, right? And want to even get Wanni more drink, because Wanni followed Ben asking for a drink. And Shaun was like, can you sit down? Because at some point the music came on. Big Brother puts music in the house for them. And Shaun now asked Wanni, can you sit down? You're tipsy, And Wanni tried dancing one or two, sat down and told Shaun, engage me, talk to me. I'm tipsy, I'm sober. And Shaun was just there looking at her. So Ben now coming to ask that Wanni should come so they can play the game. Shaun was like, no, you're not playing any game. And even told Ben, no, you can't go. She's tipsy already. And Wanni got angry, like, why are you subduing me? You can't even engage me. I bring up conversation, you don't have a conversation with me. I'm the one always talking, you don't engage back. And here you are again, trying to subdue me, knowing that I'm in, the situation I'm in right now. I'm sober. You can't even make me, engage me another. And Shaun is now like, why are you saying I can't engage you? And like that too, Wanni became serious, telling Shaun that she noticed that for any time she's having a conversation with you, she will talk, you will be laughing, even things that are not funny. Even when she's having a serious conversation with you, you'll just be laughing it away. You don't respect her. You don't consider her responsible enough to have a conversation with. They're not like you're like this with the rest of the housemates. You do have convos with your guys, them. But for any time she's trying to have a conversation with you, you try to shove it off or come up with something else. And at that, Shaun became angry and said that this is which English did you even use again? Is it mischaracterization? I'll be waiting. And Wanni now asked him, are you yelling at me? You're yelling at me right now. You're yelling at me. And Shaun said, I'm not yelling at you, you know. But Handi came into the picture this time around. Handi was not doing the, what do I call it, the explanation, the detailed explanation. Handi will explain to Wanni, explain to Shaun. Three of them in the same table. Oh. And I'm like, Handi, is this sister thing, is it not difficult for you? Like, well, the summary is that Wanni is saying that since Shaun does not understand her, there is no need for them being together. And Handi said, no, don't say that. Why are you saying there is no need for you, the both of you being together again? That this is exactly what Ibuka was talking of, that every 3 market day, you want to break up with Shaun and later people will come back again. Is Shaun saying that he does not want this thing with you? Well, Wanni said if there is no misunderstanding, what's their sense of being together? And Shaun didn't even stop there. Shaun said that Wanni saying that for the 7 weeks he hasn't been engaging her is false and he won't let that narrative about him fly. And here is Wanni saying, okay, Handi actually told Shaun that, you know, this is her just being tipsy and sober, not like she really mean it that way, you know. And Shaun is saying, so is her being tipsy now give her the right to say anything she wants to say? And I'm like, wow. Shaun then turned to Handi, telling Handi, do you see why I say I hate this whole drinking thing? It gives me PTSD and is what is playing out right now. Handi also started calming Shaun down, telling Shaun, no, that it's normal. Can you remember the day Nelly was high as well? Can't you see how Switch was walking up and down, trying to calm Nelly down, trying to make things work? That you should just take it easy and know that Wanni is not really in a very good state. But Wanni on her own was saying no, she can't continue with this. She can't continue with someone that can't understand her or even respect her or even know that, she's tipsy at the moment. And Shaun said that, you know, the problem, that the whole problem now is that by tomorrow when I'll be explaining this thing to you, you will say, oh, I'm sorry. And that's what he doesn't want. That he doesn't want that sorry that will come from you. That you should try to put yourself together and act right. In all honesty, I feel being Handi should come with a pay because come on. Well, let's move to Didi's family. So after the party, Topher was halfway gone. It was so obvious. He couldn't even walk well. And here is Ben again trying to give Topher more drink. Although Topher wanted it because Topher was telling Ben to pour it straight into his mouth. And Anita was trying Ben, that was asking Ben not to, that the next thing Topher is going to throw up, that he already had excess. But Ben now whispered to Anita, telling Anita, no, allow him. Don't you want him to get in the mood? And Anita is then telling Ben, which other mood past this one? That she's even trying to find a way to take Topher to the bedroom so they can shower and go to bed. He can't even do that on his own. And you still want to give him more drink. Well, Topher insisted and Ben had to pour more drink into Topher's mouth. Meanwhile, this same Ben that is going around trying to advise or get people in the spirit had Chizoba, who was at the side struggling to find a way to get to her bed even. Well, Anita later called on Onyeka to come help Chizoba out. There is more to come on after Saturday night BBNAIJA highlights. Meanwhile, have you noticed that Shaun now opens his eyes just like Wanni whenever he's talking? Talk about influence. I could have said so Taibo. That one higher level. Meanwhile, don't forget to turn on your post notification bell as you will get to watch after Saturday night BBNAIJA highlights part 2. Thank you for watching and tell me your honest opinion about the events that took place. I'll be reading all comments.
I don't even know if you want to take off your makeup. I don't even know what you want to do. I'll be right back. Just relax.